Absolutely. So, I can't make you do anything. Can't. You can't make any of your students do a thing. You have to motivate them and have that relationship with them. So you go up and say, you know what? I notice, number one, I notice, right? I notice that you haven't gotten out your math book. If you don't feel like doing your math right now, that is fine. What teacher in the world would say that, right? You're going to shock them, first of all. Alright? So, that's fine. You don't have to do your math. But, you know what? I've got a schedule today, so the best time for you to come back and see me for us to do your math together, because I really want to help you, is during recess time. So, come and see me at recess. What happens? Why? They don't want to lose recess. Absolutely. Or lunchtime, if you have a middle school, high school peers. They don't want to lose that social interaction, but that's my time that I'm giving to you. That's the only time I have. I can control who? Me. I can control me and my time. And I can control the choices that I can give the choices. So now, I've given her control, correct? But I still have control. Without a power struggle, or defiance, or opposition, or physical aggression. And it will get there, guys, easily. Because our kids, unfortunately, that's what they learn in society. How many people see road rage? How many people see aggressive people in the grocery store line? I don't want to wait, da-da-da. Or sometimes we get rudeness and people just cut right in front of you in the line, right? Those kids haven't learned those skills. And our job not only is the Common Core or the national standards or the state standards to teach them, but it's to teach them these skills that they don't have anymore. Okay? So you're going to balance consequences with empathy. This is my favorite with my son, and I'll share a quick story about my son. But you know what? Gosh, he was telling a teacher she forgot the charms, to give out the charms the other day after library. And so he got in trouble because he reminded her. Well, if you knew my son, he's quite difficult with social skills. So he did. He interrupted. You forgot, all right, which meant a little bit of lack of manners, right, in her understanding. Her perception was he was being very belligerent and oppositional about it. So he had to come home, and he didn't achieve a certain level on their system that day. And he walks in, he automatically says, Mom, guess what? He told me the entire thing without me even asking, how was your day? What happened? What did you do? I got a phone call. Any of that, which I didn't do wrong. But I said, wow. I'm sorry that happened. What are you going to do next time? I never told him what he should do, what he could do. What are you going to do next time? And it took his responsibility, put the responsibility on him to help figure it out. Now, he could have come and said, Mom, I really don't know. But what have other kids done? Or I would have said, no, that happened to me before. And, if you want to, you can come back and talk about it, and I'll try to remember what I did. Again, it's putting responsibility back on them. But balancing consequences, he said, okay. And what did he do? He walked right to his room. He knew no entertainment, no TV, no nothing. I didn't have to consequence him. I didn't have to give him, go to your room in an argument that afternoon. It takes time, but it does work. The teacher's the good guy, and the questionable behavior is the bad guy. And it maintains self-concept. If I had just berated you as a student for not having your homework, and you're sitting there, man, you have no idea what I had to go through last night, and da-da-da-da-da. Not only am I berating you as a person and your personal experiences, but I'm doing it in front of your peers. You're not going to accept that very well, are you? You're going to try to save face. And most of the time, our kids, the only way they need to save face is to stand up to the teacher. Right? So there's the core beliefs. I'm going to kind of move on a little bit, but I do tell you, please, 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 again, if there's ever an investment, regardless if you're a PE, special ed, regular ed, college, invest in that book. Okay, I am going to tell you about this because it's 11 minutes long and I have 10 minutes. So, Richard Lavoie, if you do not know that name, who knows Richard Lavoie or has seen anything by Richard Lavoie? I saw one smile. Maybe? Okay, he's one of my favorite behavior theorists, I guess. He has done the gamut from being a special ed teacher to managing group homes to behavioral institutes where kids are sent for some support. And Dr. Lavoie talks about the game of life. All right, this is one game of life, right? The shaking of the can. It's a great visual. But he also breaks it down to a poker game. All right? And if you are an elementary school kid and you have both parents in the home and you visit your grandparents every weekend and grandma bakes you cookies and you just have a really nice life. Okay? Sometimes you have little bumps in the road, but you have a pretty good life. All right? This is you in first grade and you have a pretty big bag of poker chips, right? And you go to the first grade spelling bee, and you think, wow, you know, I'm good, I love spelling, and you place like 20th in all of first grade. Well, wait a minute. Some of these poker chips just left my bag, right? I didn't feel so good about that game, that spelling test or that spelling bee. I didn't do well. But you know what? By golly, I have all these other poker chips. I'm still in the game, right? So what he says is for every positive experience you have in your personal life, and we have, yesterday I found out, 20,000 memorable events a day per person. Did you know that? 20,000 memorable events can happen in a day for each person. All right? So, say one poker chip for each positive event. Well, I have 20,000 poker chips every day going in my bag. Unless I forgot my homework. A friend didn't want to sit with me at lunch. Wow. All right? Let's see. You know what? I got called down in the hallway in front of the girl I like for running in the hall. All right? I made a really bad catch or a bad play on the football team. All right, and the coach called me out on it in front of the team. I went home and my dad wasn't there and my mom was crying. And she said, oh, you know, he ran off. You know, wow, I didn't know that. He wasn't there, but he ran off. Double wham, right? All right, and then, so she leaves to go find him. She gets in an argument with him and gets arrested. I try to sleep, but I can't. I'm worried. I don't know where my dad is. My mom's not there. My grandmother is trying to make her best way to get here, but she doesn't have transportation. And I've got to get up in the morning and go to school. I don't want to play that game. I don't want to get up. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to play that game. And it's not because I don't want to. I don't have enough poker chips to play.